Okay, I tried working from my desk. No, not from my desk, from my bed. I tried working from my bed. It was just a total fail. I didn't get anything done. And so now I'm back at my desk. I tried. Okay, so here we are. We're going through some of these modules to create a campaign on TikTok Shop. I think there's about, I don't know how many modules there are. There's a bunch. This guy's really good. These modules are old. They're from they were released November 2023, so I imagine they're from like 2023, but the platform has had so many iterations since then. But nevertheless, here we go. I think that they're all pretty much the same. Like, I'm sure he took his learnings from Facebook and then like applied them to TikTok Shop.
But your campaign name is important because once you get started, you have all these different campaigns, ad groups, ads. You want to make sure you have a consistent naming structure so that nothing's in. This will basically allow you to get more video views, to add to your audiences and season your pixel a little more, and just get you set up for retargeting. But most of the time, once you get a season pixel, your campaigns are pretty much going to be conversion-based campaigns. So I'm going to choose conversion-based campaign. And then under there, you're going to choose your campaign name. And it may seem like it's not very important, but your campaign name is important because once you get started, you have all these different campaigns, ad groups, ads. You want to make sure you have a consistent naming structure so that nothing's getting lost, you're not getting disorganized. It helps in the long run. So what I typically do is I start with the stage of the funnel. So say it's the top of the funnel. From there, I choose which budget optimization we're using between a campaign budget optimization and an ad group budget optimization, which I'll explain here in a minute. So let's say it's ad group budget optimization, so we'll go ABO. Next, I'll put which product I'm advertising. So let's say dog leashes. And after that, I like to put the optimization event that we chose, or the advertising objective that we chose. So I chose conversions, and then brackets, I'll put the optimization event, which you set at the ad group level, but we're going to be doing purchases. So that's the naming structure I use. Come up with one that works for you. Just make it the stage of the funnel. So say it's the top of the funnel. From there, I choose which budget optimization we're using between a campaign budget optimization and an ad group budget optimization, which I'll explain here in a minute. So let's say it's ad group budget optimization, so we'll go with ABO. Next, I'll put which product I'm advertising. So let's say dog leashes. And after that, I like to put the optimization event that we chose, or the advertising objective that we chose. So I chose conversions, and then in brackets, I'll put the optimization event, which you set at the ad group level, but we're going to be doing purchases. So that's the naming structure I use. Come up with one that works for you. Just make sure you stick to it so that nothing is getting disorganized in your campaign level. And then after that, we can choose between CDO, if we check this on, or ABO if we leave it off. So the main differences are if you choose CDO, you are setting your budget on the campaign level.
I don't feel like taking notes. Okay. We're going to have to start taking notes because this is a lot. I'm okay if I have campaign. No. Okay. So we're starting from scratch. Great. We're gonna name this. I don't know. What were they called? Media 4 or something like that. Media 4. What are they called? Media 4 Brilliant Marketers. What was that? No. Brilliant Marketers. Okay, perfect. So then naming structure for a campaign goes as follows. It is top of funnel or middle of funnel or bottom funnel. Yeah. Plus plus I don't know what ABO is already. I think I don't know.
From there, I choose which budget optimization we're using between a campaign budget optimization and an ad.
Okay. Campaign or budget? Budget optimization. Okay, and then the product, I think it was
ad group budget optimization, which I'll explain here in a minute. So let's say it's ad group budget optimization, so we'll go with ADO. Next, I'll put which product I'm advertising. So let's say dog leashes.
Okay.
And after that, I like to put the optimization event that we chose, or the advertising objective that we chose. So I chose conversions, and then in brackets, I'll put the optimization event, which you set at the ad group level, but we're going to be doing purchases.
Okay.
So that's the naming structure I use. Come up with one that works for you. Just make sure you stick to it so that nothing is getting disorganized at your campaign level. And then after that, we can choose between CDO if we check this on, or ADO if we leave it off. So the main differences are if you choose CDO, you are setting your budget on the campaign level. So say I put $50 in here, and let's say I have 3 ad groups in my campaign. In your budget on the, or ADO if we leave it off.
Okay. What is this? I have put this one in 1.0, 1.5. Oh, what?
And then after that, we can choose between CBO if we check this on, or ADO if we leave it off. So.
Then choose between campaign budget optimization or ad budget optimization. Okay. What's the difference?
Differences are if you choose CBO, you are setting your budget on the campaign level. So say I put $50 in here, and let's say I have 3 ad groups in my campaign. What the system's going to do is it's going to spread this $50 over these 3 ad groups in the best way that it thinks possible.
Okay.
So you're not going to be spending the same amount of money on every single ad group every day, which sometimes has its benefits, sometimes does not have its benefits. If you're doing some like initial testing or testing some new strategies, and you want to make sure that each ad group is getting a certain amount of money, then I would typically stick to the ad set budget optimization, because sometimes TikTok's algorithm can get a little too aggressive, and if it sees one ad group is initially doing better than the other ad groups, it's going to start forcing all the budget into that ad group without giving enough time to really test the strategies of those other ad groups. So if you're really just testing something, like I said, new strategies, put it on ABO and set your budgets on the ad set level. Or if you want TikTok to kind of do its thing and you trust the algorithm, then you can set your budget at the campaign level, where it'll basically spread it around how it thinks it should be spreading it. And when I set up my campaigns, it's typically always in this structure. So I'll set up a video views campaign for basically the minimum budget, about $20. And the video views campaign is not there to make sales. It's basically just there to test new creatives. And so it's a good way and a cheap way for, since I do a creative refresh maybe every 10 to 14 days.
Really? To test creative anywhere between 10 to 15 days, I think he said.
Test new creatives. And so it's a good way and a cheap way for, since I do a creative refresh maybe every 10 to 14 days, I can have this $20 video views campaign running all these different creatives, and I just drop in a new one, and I can quickly see how the click-through rate performs, how the view duration performs. It's just a nice, cheap way for me to see how the ad is comparing to all the other previous ads that we're running. And then after that, I run a top-of-funnel conversion campaign. This is going to be about 75% of the budget. After that, we run a middle-of-funnel conversion campaign. This is going to be about 15% of the budget. And then after that, we run a bottom-of-funnel conversion campaign. And this is the last 10% of the budget. And then all 3 of these campaigns are conversion objectives, and they are optimized for purchases. So that is how I set up my campaign structures.
Okay. Here you go. Have no more cheese.
Okay, so after we have our campaign set up, that's when we're going to set up our ad group. And our ad group is basically where we manage all the different targeting parameters of our campaign. So let's go over here, and this is where we set up an ad group. For ad group naming, I typically name it, so if I'm doing a broad ad group, I'll name it broad. If I'm doing a middle funnel ad group, I'll do like 30-day clicks. I'll do clicks, 30 days. If it's 100% video views, 30 days. So something like that. Just like I said, make it consistent. Make sure it's something that you'll remember, that you know. And then as far as my ad group structure goes, this is how I do it. So in my video views campaign, my top of funnel video views campaign, I will have one broad targeting ad group. In my top of funnel prospecting campaign, I will have one broad.
Bro, what are you even saying, my dude?
So in my video views campaign, my top of funnel video views campaign, I will have one broad targeting ad group. In my top of funnel prospecting campaign, I will have one broad ad group. I will have one stacked hashtags ad group. We started using stacked hashtags over stacked interests. Views 30 days. So something like that. Just like I said, make it consistent. Make sure it's something that you'll remember, that you know. And then as far as my ad group structure goes, this is how I do it. Okay. So in my video views campaign, my top of funnel video views campaign, I will have one broad targeting ad group. Okay. In my top of funnel prospecting campaign, I will have one broad ad group.
Okay, both of these are top of funnel. Top of funnel video views, one broad. In my prospect, he said, what? What'd you say?
I'll have one stacked hashtags ad group. We started using.
What does that even mean?
Using stacked hashtags over stacked interests because stacked hashtags are a little more specific. And I have a video dedicated specifically to stacked hashtags on this course. And then I'll also do a stacked lookalike ad group in this top of funnel campaign. If you're a new advertiser and you don't have your lookalike data yet, you'll skip the lookalike ad group and you will allocate that budget to your broad and your stacked hashtags ad group on your top of funnel. And then in my middle of funnel, I'll have an ad group for 30-day clicks, and I'll have an ad group for 100% video views. And then in the bottom of funnel, I'll have an ad group for 30-day page views and 30-day add to carts. So that is my ad group structure. So we will just assume here that we are doing a top of funnel broad ad group. Right here, we want to choose our pixel. And
okay, wait, I got it.
We are optimizing for purchases, so we can choose. We will just assume your broad and your stacked hashtags ad group on your top of funnel. And then in my middle of funnel, I'll have an ad group for 30-day clicks. Yeah. I'll have an ad group for 100% video views. And then in the bottom of funnel, I'll have an ad group for 30-day page views and 30-day add to carts.
Okay, so this is great. this is like not what we got in Zendrop. Essentially, he's saying we're going to build creatives for how willing your prospects are to make a purchase. So top of funnel is like they've never heard of you, like this is the first time they're seeing your videos, and so it's a broad targeted ad group, targeted in the sense of like pet owners are going to be part of your tag group. Middle funnel is people that are a little lukewarm to your brand, so they've already seen maybe your top of funnel, or they've clicked on your profile or a post from the past, or they've viewed your video 100% through. And then bottom of funnel is they've viewed your page. Wait, 30 days. Okay, let's see. Or they've added something to your cart and they've just not purchased it. But what's the difference between 30-day clicks?
So that is my ad group structure. So like data yet, you'll skip the lookalike stacked hashtags over stacked interests because stacked hashtags are a little bit more specific. And I have a video dedicated on 2 stacked hashtags in this course. And then I'll also do a stacked lookalike ad group in this top of funnel campaign. If you're a new advertiser and you don't have your lookalike data yet, you'll skip the lookalike ad group and you will.
I don't understand how he knows so much about marketing and he looks broad like,
and your stacked hashtags ad group on your top of
but
funnel.
He looks baby.
And then in my middle of funnel, I'll have an ad group for 30-day clicks and I'll have an ad group for 100% video views. And then in the bottom of the funnel, I'll have an ad group for
whatever you can't say
30-day page views and 30-day add to carts. So that is my ad group structure. So we will just assume here that we are doing a top of funnel broad ad group. Right here, we want to choose our pixel of funnel broad ad group.
Okay.
Right here, we want to choose our pixel, and we are optimizing for purchases. So we could choose our optimization event here, and I'm going to choose complete payment. And then right here, we want to make sure we select placement and turn these off. And we are optimizing for purchases. So we could choose our optimization event here, and I'm going to choose complete payment. Pixel. And we are optimizing for purchases. So we could choose our
Okay, so contrast. I need contrast here. Brightness. Was that changing for you too? Yeah. Saturation. All right, so we've got view content, add to cart, complete payment, complete registration, or add payment. Okay, so the optimization event is.
You like seafood pasta?
You want seafood pasta, Mama?
No, you like
No,
it.
but you want.
Yeah.
You want?
But you like it.
No. ¿Qué seafood?
Una que compraste porque dice mixed seafood.
Okay. Okay. The optimization event will be complete payment. Complete payment? Okay. Actually, fine. Like talking to myself. What we can do is do a side-to-side view on how this is different now. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Fine. Okay, so, and we're not doing pixel tracking. So we're going to go to TikTok or ads.tiktok.com. Let me see if I can. This is literally This is so intense. Okay. So we're going to see how this, and I have 5 different drafts. I'm going to see how this differs from what already exists. Okay, so I want to delete these drafts because we don't need them. This is each time I've tried to see. How do I delete this though? I think I could do this. No. Oh my God, there's an ad group. And then there's an ad. What does that mean? All right. Which one's ad group? I have 2 different ad groups. Okay, let's delete. And then add. Okay, we're deleting this. Let's confirm. And then we have like 5 campaigns. Product sales, first go, testing. Okay, website conversion. Okay, whatever, I don't care. Delete all of them. Confirm. So we are going to create. And my thought is that these videos were made before people were driving product sales to their TikTok shop. So I'm going to say, go to my TikTok shop. That's what I want you to do. Stay in the app. Okay, so the ad group name. So he was like top of funnel and then event measured. Shit, I already forgot. Okay, campaign budget. Campaign or budget optimization. What did he say was the difference? Oh, okay. The difference lies in that TikTok will choose to push whichever ad is performing best over the others. Right? Ad ABO is evenly spread. Okay. So we're going to do a campaign. So we're going to do a CBO. So top of funnel, whatever, CBO, top of funnel. Does that look like, okay? CBO. Product, I don't even know. I don't know. We're just going to leave that as product. Because I don't know what's performing well. I haven't looked at best-selling products. Conversion, shit. What did he say? Oh, God, do I have to go back? Oops. I put download instead of just... Hi, Guy. Tell us where we are.
Okay, creating it to add to your audiences and season your pixel a little more, and just get you set up for.
No.
So make sure you're on custom mode. And then under that, we have our advertising objective. In eCom, the browser, and I will show you how I set up my campaigns. Okay, so when you're first setting up a campaign, If it's your first time doing it, it may ask you if you want to be in simplified mode or custom mode. This is what simplified, more customizable. 3 objectives here. In the beginning of your campaigns, if you're very new, using some audience data, views on your campaign,
No, I want product sales.
And then under there, you're going to choose your campaign name.
Okay.
And make sure you have a consistent. From there, I choose which budget optimization we're using between a campaign budget optimization and an ad group budget optimization, which I'll explain here in a minute. So let's say it's ad group budget optimization. So we'll go with ABO that we chose, or the advertising objective that we chose. So I chose conversions, and then in brackets, I'll put the optimization event, which you set at the ad group level, but we're going to be doing purchases.
Okay, so conversions, no, I'm not asking for conversions. I'm doing product sales. So I'm just going to keep P sales. P sales, and what am I getting? Purchases. Okay. So my TikTok shop is there. I don't want automatic placements. We were told to turn these off. Well, keep on. Don't allow video download. Enable ads for all TikTok shop products using images. I don't know what that means. Okay, let me ask ChatGPT this. New TikTok campaign. And what are the pros and cons for this? Okay, this TikTok campaign setting products expansion means that instead of only promoting a few manually selected products, your ads will automatically include all available products in your TikTok shop. It ensures broader exposure across. Okay. More exposure. Okay, less control. Ad budget spread thin. Oh. High quality or lower demand products may still get ad spend, potentially wasting money. Image-based ads, which can be video. If you have a large catalog and want TikToks on to find the best performers, I kind of do have a large catalog. No, it's pretty small. If you're testing multiple products to see what sells, if you're okay with automated ad placements and budget distribution. Who should be cautious? If you have limited budget and want to focus only on high. No, I don't know anything about my products yet, so we'll keep it enabled. Okay. I don't have lookalikes yet. Okay, so here we go. I think
always in this structure. So forms. It's just a nice cheap way for me to. It is going to be about 7 bottom of funnel conversion campaign, and this is the last 10.
Okay, fine.
Oh, after we have our campaign, make sure it's something that you'll remember. Ad group, I'll name it broad. If I'm doing a middle funnel ad group, I'll do like a 30-day clicks. I'll do clicks.
So this is different in the way that, like,
if it's 100% video views, 30 days. So something like that. Just like I said, make it consistent. Make sure it's something that you'll remember, that you know. And then as far as my ad group structure goes, this is how I do it. So in my video views campaign, my top funnel video views campaign, I will have one broad targeting ad group. In my top of funnel prospecting campaign, I will have one broad ad group. I will have one stacked hashtags ad group. We started using stacked hashtags over stacked interest because stacked hashtags are a little more specific. I have a video dedicated specifically to stacked hashtags in this course. And then I'll also do a stacked lookalike ad group in this top of funnel campaign. If you're a new advertiser and you don't have your lookalike data yet, you'll skip the lookalike ad group and you will allocate that budget to your broad and your stacked hashtags ad group on your top of funnel. And then in my middle funnel, I'll have an ad group for 30-day clicks, and I'll have an ad group for 100% video views. And then in the bottom funnel, I'll have an ad group for 30-day page views and 30-day add to carts. So that is my ad group structure. So we will just assume here that we are doing a top of funnel broad ad group. Right here, we want to choose our pixel, and we are optimizing for purchases. So we can choose our optimization of that here, and I'm going to choose complete payment. And then right here, we want to make sure we select placement and turn these off because we want our videos only to show up on TikTok. And then here you can choose if you want to use a video comment and download the video. I usually leave these on just because comments on the video are engaging. When people see the ad come through on their For You page, they want to see people are liking the video, people are commenting on the video. So I always leave this on. And you can always manage your comments up here in the assets and the comments. You can always manage them there and see what people are commenting. And then down here, like I said, I left this as broad. Unless you typically aren't any targeting on a broad targeting ad group, unless it's a product that's specifically for a man, or specifically for a woman, or specifically for a certain age group, then you would kind of change the parameters here a little bit. Female, male, age groups. For the most part, you want to leave your broad targeting as broad as possible. And then, like I said, if this was a middle funnel campaign, this is where you include your audience. So, like I said, a middle funnel, I always run a click 30 day, 100% video view 30 day. So here, we can do our ad click 30 day. We can module that. We do our 100% video views 30 days. If we were doing a bottom funnel ad groups, that's where I would do the 30 day page views or 30 day add to carts. But since we are setting up a top of funnel ad group here, we would be doing a broad stack hashtag and a stack lookalike. So we've got all this set down here. Over here is where you can target specific interests. You can do video interactions. So you can say, I want to target people who shared a specific type of video. You can also target people who follow specific creators on the app, so that's pretty cool. And then, like I said, we've been utilizing the stack hashtags, and I've got a video dedicated specifically to hashtag targeting in this course here. And then from there, you can choose, whether you want to target people only on a certain device, whether they're on Wi-Fi, specific carriers. You can also choose targeting expansion. So if the targeting parameters you set up aren't wide enough, you can set this on to have the algorithm kind of expand its targeting for you. I usually leave this off just because I want to make sure I'm completely in charge of who's being targeted here with these ads. And then you have your budget. So if you set your budget at the campaign level, you won't see this. If you set your budget at the ad group level, you'll see this here. Like I said, I break down my budgets by top funnel prospecting, 75% of the budget. Middle funnel conversions would be 15% of the budget, and bottom funnels would be 10% of your budget. A good formula for trying to figure out a good deal here with these ads. Your budget. So if you set your budget at the campaign level, you won't see this, but if you set your budget at the ad group level, you will see this here. Like I said, I break down my budgets by top of funnel prospecting, 75% of the budget. Middle of funnel conversions would be 15% of the budget, and bottom of funnel is going to be 10% of your budget. A good formula for trying to figure out a good daily budget is you want to take your average CPA times 50 and divide it by 7. So the reason behind that is because we want our ad.
What is even average CPA? Okay. Average CPA multiplied by 50 divide by 7. Is there a divide button here? No. Okay.
A good daily budget is you want to take your average CPA times 50 and divide it by 7. So the reason behind that is because we want our ad group to get out of the learning phase within like the first 7 to 10 days. And the learning phase lasts for 50 conversions. So if you know what your average CPA is for these conversions, you will take your average CPA, multiply it by 50, because we need 50 conversions, and we want to have it happen over 7 days. So divided by 7, and that would be a good daily budget per ad group that you're running here. From there, you want to leave your optimization goal as conversion. And yeah, that is how you set up your ad groups. Those are the best practices that I do. And then in the next video, I will show you the different ad settings that we can choose.
I don't know my CPA. What's like, okay, what's a good, okay. I don't know. Okay, so what are some of the stuff that he didn't say? Dude, because, yeah, the demographics. I think, yeah, I don't think I need 55. Languages, obviously English. Interest or behavior. It would be pets. So, pet healthcare, pet household, pet grooming, pet travel accessories, pet toys. Sure. Pet food, no. Well, maybe. Yeah. Well, no. Device. I thought he said something about this. Cares. Keyword expansion. Daily budget. Oh, Mercedes. Mercedes. Okay. Business reach. Okay, United States. So funny. She doesn't know that I'm about to follow her. Is this the same person? Does this say it's the same person? She had like 30 minutes. I'm so over TikTok. How's this girl? Excuse me. How do you have so many followers? Who cares? Okay, I have this. Alright, so I don't know anything about the devices yet. The draft is saved. We can select specific time. Grass. Okay, exit. Wait, save. Wait, exit. Exit. Wait, was I supposed to exit? Did we finish watching this?
Over here is where you can target specific interests. You can do video interactions. So you can say, I want to target people who shared a specific type of video. You can also target people who follow specific creators on the app. So that's pretty cool. And then, like I said, we've been utilizing the stacked hashtags. And I've got a video dedicated specifically to
that doesn't even exist anymore
in this course here. And then from there, you can choose, whether you want to target people
unless it does.
Device, whether they're on Wi-Fi, specific carriers. You can also choose targeting expansion. So if the targeting parameters you've set up aren't wide enough, you can set this on to have the algorithm kind of expand its targeting for you. I usually leave this off just because I want to make sure I am completely in charge of who's being targeted here with these ads. And then you have your budget. So if you set your budget at the campaign level, you won't see this, but if you set your budget at the ad group level, you will see this here. Like I said, I break down my budgets by top of funnel prospecting, 75% of the budget. Middle of funnel conversions would be 15% of the budget, and bottom of funnel is going to be 10% of your budget. A good formula for trying to figure out a good daily budget is you want to take your average CPA times 50 and divide it by 7.
Yeah, great.
So
Thanks.
the reason behind that is because we want our ad group to get out of the learning phase within like the first 7 to 10 days. And the learning phase lasts for 50 conversions. So if you know what your average CPA is for these conversions, you will take your average CPA, multiply it by 50, because we need 50 conversions, and we want to have it happen over 7 days. So divided by 7, and that would be a good daily budget per ad group that you're running here. From there, you want to leave your optimization goal as conversion. And yeah, that is how you set up your ad groups. Those are the best practices that I do.
Okay, but you didn't even tell us anything in particular. Go, just play.
So today I'd like to go over basically a little bit more in depth about our ad group settings. So we have our campaign settings, we have our ad group settings, we have our ad settings. I'd like to touch on the ad group settings a little bit more today. There's really a lot in there, a lot of different options. And so I kind of just want to go in depth and kind of explain all the options a little bit more fully. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Okay, cool. So when we're creating a campaign, let's just say we are setting up a conversion campaign. So on the campaign level, it's going to be website conversions. And then we don't need to mess with any of this right now. If you are using campaign budget optimization, go ahead and choose that here. But I'll be setting this up as an ad group optimized budget. So these are your ad group settings. So like I said, a lot of different settings on this page. You want to make sure that you set all this up properly, because this is really going to kind of make or break your campaign. There's a lot in here that could go wrong. So I'll start from the top and I will go all the way down through the bottom here. First is your ad group name. It's totally up to you. For us, we typically change our targeting in our ad groups. We like to name our ad groups based off of the audiences that we're targeting. So here, this could be a broad male only, or this could be maybe stacked interests, but also maybe only 24 plus the age range. So really, we always put our name in here depending on the type of audience that we are targeting. If we're split testing maybe different bidding strategies between lowest cost and highest value, we'll also possibly do that in here. It could be broad LC or broad HV, highest value, lowest cost. So really nailing your naming conventions will help when you are going back through and taking a look at your data, seeing what is performing the best, what is not performing the best. So it doesn't really matter what naming convention you use as long as you are consistent with it. So broad, 18 plus here. Next up is websites. So since I did set this up as a conversion campaign, it's going to ask what conversion you want to optimize for here. So if you have your TikTok pixel set up on your website, this is where you're going to go in and choose your pixel. And then you'll also be choosing your event that you're optimizing for. Typically, it's for complete payment, but I don't know your specific goals. Maybe you want to get some people to add to cart. Maybe you just want to get some people to do content. Whatever it is, you're going to be choosing that event here. And then TikTok knows who exactly they're optimizing to, who they want to show this ad to. So here, I will choose complete payment. And then next section is your placements. So you can choose automatic placement, and you can select the HV, highest value, lowest cost. So really nailing your naming conventions will help when you are going back through and take a look at your data, seeing what is performing the best, what is not performing the best. So it doesn't really matter what naming convention you use as long as you are consistent with it. So broad, 18 plus here. Next up is websites. So those are your ad settings. So like I said, a lot of different settings on this page. Okay, cool. So when we're creating a campaign, let's just say we are setting up a conversion campaign. So on the campaign level, it's going to be website conversions, and then we don't need to mess with any of this right now.
I think this is wrong. This should be broad. Broad, 18 plus, whatever. Pet lovers. No, pet. Whatever. But this needs to be renamed. How do I rename this? Okay, I think we're going to do at least 50 a day. And then run it. I don't even know how much we have to run it for. Okay, I guess. What? I already set a budget. Your daily spend will depend on hours and opportunities available per week. That allows you to. Oh, it's getting so fast. Are you seeing that? Okay. All right. Dynamic daily budget is a feature that allows you to set an average daily budget for a week, with the system adjusting spend based on daily opportunities, ensuring the weekly does not exceed 7 times the daily budget. Advantage dynamic budget include fiscal duties not exceeding 7 times. Okay. How is this different from the campaign budget I set? Okay. The key difference between campaign and ad level group budgets are the scope. The campaign budget control total spend across all ads in a campaign. Ad group. Is this an ad group? Ad group level budget manage spend on individual. Okay, campaigns. 50 daily ad groups. $50 daily or lifetime budget. Ad groups or 20 daily budget. Budgie. Lifetime calculated as 20 times scheduled days. Campaign budgets cannot be switched to daily or ad group budgets after creating. Okay. Okay. So I could say like don't spend more than 20, I guess. Whatever. I am gonna set specific time. Optimization goal is purchases. Did I put that purchases? Okay, yeah, I don't go with that. Include. Okay. No. Okay, I think that's it.
Now, if you are using campaign budget optimization, go ahead and choose that here. But I'll be setting this up as an ad group optimized budget. So these are your ad group settings. So like I said, a lot of different settings on this page. You want to make sure that you set all this up properly because this is really going to, kind of make or break your campaign. There's a lot in here that could go wrong. So I'll start from the top and I will go all the way down through the bottom here. First is your ad group name. It's totally up to you. For us, we typically change our targeting in our ad groups. We like to name our ad groups based on the audiences that we're targeting. So here, this could be a broad male only, or this could be maybe stacked interests. Pinterest, but also maybe only 24 plus the age range. So really, we always put our name in here depending on the type of audience that we are targeting. If we're split testing maybe different bidding strategies between lowest cost and highest value, we'll also possibly do that in here to broad LC or broad HV.
What did you say? LC or HV or shit.
So really nailing your naming conventions will help when you're going back through and take a look at your data, seeing what is performing the best, what is not performing the best. So it doesn't really matter what naming convention you use as long as you are consistent with it. So broad, 18 plus here. Next up is website. So since I did set this up as a conversion campaign, it's going to ask what conversion you want to optimize for here. No. So if you have your TikTok pixel on your website, this is where you're going to go in and choose your pixel. And then you will also be choosing your event that you're optimizing for. Typically, it's for complete payment. But I don't know your specific goals. Maybe you want to get a ton of people to add to cart. Maybe you just want to get a ton of people to view content. Whatever it is, you're going to be choosing that event here. And then TikTok knows who exactly they're optimizing to, who they want to show this ad to. So here I will choose complete payment. And then next section is your placements. So you can choose automatic placement and you can select individual placements yourself.
I literally can't.
I never choose automatic placements. I will always choose select placement. And then I will always uncheck these two. I really just want our ads to show up on TikTok. I don't want to show up on Pangle or these newsfeed app stories, anything like that.
I don't either. But automatic placements show your ads across like shopping center and okay. But I can't. There's nothing I can do. What? Why is this? You must create a campaign without using Smart Campaign. I'm not using a Smart Campaign. Is this a Smart Campaign? This doesn't feel like a Smart Campaign. It's not. Is it? Okay. No. Exit. Don't show me this again. Yes, I know. Oh, I think so. Okay. I mean, website conversions is Smart Campaign. But TikTok, okay, I guess it just is. It just is. Which is fine. I don't know what the heck Pangle is. Delete this. Okay, back to this.
Really just want TikTok only. If you choose automatic, it's going to include these in there also. And so this is why pretty much for every single campaign that I've ever created, I would choose select placement and uncheck both of these. Under that, you have this little advanced settings here, and you don't want to skip past this because if you open that up, you have two options here. One for video download. This will allow people to download the video that you've posted on TikTok to their own phones. I always leave it on because I don't really see a downside to it.
I do.
If you want to download the video and share it and spread it around, go for it. That's fine. So I do always leave this checked. The other option is user comment. So if you want people to be able to comment on your ads, you want to leave this checked. And I would only leave this checked, though, if you are able to consistently go in and manage your comments. If you're managing a lot of different TikTok ad accounts and you're not able to go in and manage these comments, then it may be beneficial to leave it off. If you're not able to respond to negative comments or answer questions that people are asking about your product, about your service, I would definitely leave it off. But if you are able to, then I think it looks a lot better to leave it on. So do make sure you are able to manage your comments if you're leaving it on. To get to your comment section, it's going to be under your assets menu here. And you have your little comments button there. So as we can manage all the comments that are coming in on your ads. So I will leave that on. Next section is for creative type. Now, creative type basically is, you can choose to leave this off, which will leave automatic creative optimization off, or you can choose to leave this on. And what automated creative optimization is, basically say you've got 3 different videos and 3 different headlines that you want to test, 3 different captions that you want to test. You leave this on. When you get to the ad settings portion of setting up your campaign over here, step 3, it's going to have you upload all the videos you want to use and all of the captions you want to use. And then what it's going to do is it's going to combine those for you in all the different formats. So with 3 videos, 3 captions, you're going to get 9 individual ads out of those. So leaving this on gives you the ability to do that. Right now, I'm going to leave that off just because we don't need that right now. Next section is your targeting section. So the targeting section is very important. It's basically showing who exactly is going to be seeing these ads. Now, what you can do is you can test out an ad group for automatic targeting. You can let TikTok test it out and see if they can figure out who exactly to target. We typically don't. You can always just throw a low budget $20 a day ad group in there to see if it outperforms your own targeting. But for the most part, we do custom targeting. But you can always test it out. It doesn't hurt, especially at a low budget. So under custom targeting, you have your demographic section. So in your demographic section is where you can choose your location, the countries that you want to be advertising to, United States, Canada. If the spoken language in these targeting locations is different from the ads that you are promoting or the language you're using in your ads, you can target specific languages here. You can obviously target your genders and also your ages right here. You can choose any different combinations of those. Since we're doing a broad 18+ ad group here, I'm going to leave the gender as all and the age at 18+. This is a new targeting feature. We have household income. Basically, you can choose top 10%, 10 to 25, 25 to 50, or top 5% of zip codes in the US. If you have a product or a service that is beneficial or more lucrative to maybe a top 5% zip code household income, then it may make sense to check that and try that targeting feature. But this is a new feature, and they just rolled it out a couple weeks ago. So if you haven't had a chance to utilize it,
ponerlo 350, ponerlo maybe 35 minutos primero y después y después unos 10 minutos más. Y si se ven crispy o crunchy, entonces bajarle la temperatura.
350, ok, pero se tapa. ¿O no?
No creo.
Under your demographics, we have our
What just happened?
that targeting feature. But this is a new feature. They just rolled it out a couple weeks ago. So if you haven't got a chance to utilize it yet, make sure you go in and test that out. Under your demographics, we have our audience section. And so our audience is where we can utilize any custom audiences that we have created. So if we want to target a specific lookalike that we created, you would click this here, and this will show you all your audiences. If you want to just look at lookalikes, you can click this little tab here, and it'll just show your lookalike audiences. So say we want to target the lookalikes that were based off of people that have purchased in the past 90 days.
I don't even know how
these 3 here. I have a narrow, balanced, and broad already loaded in here. And you can see here, it's going to stack those together, and we've got about 40 million people that we can target based off of these lookalikes here. Let's say we want to target these lookalikes, but also maybe exclude people who have purchased in the past 30 days. So we can make the exclusion right here. So these 2 sections here are where you are able to utilize your audiences that you have created in your little audience tab here. So we can target your lookalikes. You can do your retargeting here. If we were making a retargeting campaign, then we can target people who have clicked in the past 180 days, viewed 25% of your video in the past 30 days. Lots of different combinations here. Top funnel, we like to exclude out anyone who already knows about our brand, and so we would put in our exclusions here. But yeah, that's basically the rundown of the audiences section here. Under audience, we have our interests and behaviors. This is where you can target people based on specific interests, obviously behaviors. Under the interest section, you have general interest, basically what people are just generally interested in. We put furniture here. You can see we've got about 23 million that we can target just under the furniture interest. There's also purchase intention interest, which is new. It's a new feature that came out about a month and a half ago. And you can target people who are basically currently interested in purchasing a specific product. Say, fitness training supplies. You can choose that here. And these are people that have a current purchase intention for fitness training supplies. Now, there are not as many categories here under purchase intention as there is for general interest. And your audiences will be much smaller when you're doing purchase intention. So you want to make sure that you are building this out as much as possible to make sure you have enough people to target in here. So that's interest. Video interactions. You can target people who have watched to the end, liked, commented, or shared on specific types of videos within the past 7 or 15 days. So it's just as it sounds. You can say, okay, I want to target people who have watched farm animal videos all the way through in the past 15 days. You can see we've got about 50 million people we can target there. I also want to, let's say I only want people that have commented on farm animal videos in the past 15 days. You can see it's much smaller here. You can do any different combination of these, but the largest audience size will definitely come from the watch to the end category. You can see here, prior to that, got about 20 million people we can target, including that puts us at between 47 and 58 million. So if you're struggling to find a large audience size, check your watch to the end, and you will get a decent amount of people in there. After that, we have our creator interactions. Let's say here we want people who follow motivation and advice creators. You just check your follow, check your motivation and advice. You a decent amount of audience to go through. If it is a little small, you can go and view profile, but I think follow is definitely the better option here. And there's not a ton of categories in here, but it does help if we are struggling to find a lot of interests that are working and building up this audience size as big as possible. Then adding in some of these options here definitely help with increasing that audience size. And then lastly, under our interests and behaviors is our hashtag interactions. These are people that have watched videos with the following hashtags and say, let's go with fitness. Let's go with fitness talk. So you see here, we got about 1 million people that have watched videos that end with fitness talk. And this is important because if they've watched a video that has this hashtag on it, it means one of two things. I guess one of three things. Either they search for this hashtag and they're reviewing videos. Maybe there's a creator that they follow in the fitness industry that uses this hashtag. Or a video randomly came up on their For You page with this hashtag on it. And if it randomly came up on their For You page, we know that TikTok's algorithm is very good, and they're very likely to be interested in fitness because they are watching fitness videos. Fitness videos are coming up on their For You page. They're searching for fitness videos. So that's why hashtag interactions are definitely very popular. I think they're a very powerful tool to use here. So definitely test out an ad group that is utilizing any different combination of these interests here, or of these targeting parameters here. The other thing is, I've talked about this in the past, we have our suggested interests and behaviors here. So TikTok basically looks at your pixel data and they look at people who have purchased from your campaigns in the past. And what they'll do is they will suggest these types of interests and behaviors that they think will do well. So what you can do is you can just select all of them here and it will just put them all in here for you. We've seen a lot of success with these stacked auto suggests is what we call them. So we do always try and make sure we have one of these running at all times. These suggestions here do change every few days. So what we would do is we would select all here, and then what we would do is go up here and we make this a SAS stacked auto suggest. So it's the 19th, 10/19. We would come back maybe 5 days later, make a stacked auto suggest, 10/24. And then kind of split test those against our interests that we have chosen and split test them against some of the other stacked auto suggests that we have created on this account. And so that's it for the interests and behaviors. Under device, you can choose if you want to target people on Android or iOS. Definitely beneficial if you're promoting an app that maybe is only available on one of these systems here. You can also target by operating system on the user's phone and also device model. Connection type. Here, we've been testing a little bit where we only target people that have Wi-Fi.
This would show us how long ago this was made.
This is beneficial for maybe less impulse purchase products. So it would test them against some of the other stacked auto suggests that we have created on this account. And so that's it for the interests and behaviors. Under device, you can choose if you want to target people on Android or iOS. Definitely beneficial if you're promoting an app that maybe is only available on one of these systems here.
Android 4.0. Okay, wait. 10. Wait, no way. We're 14 now. No, that can't be right.
If you want to target people on Android or iOS, definitely beneficial if you're promoting an app that maybe is only available on one of these systems here. You can also target
10.
by operating.
Shoot. I made it too big.
Really beneficial if you're promoting an app that maybe is only available on one of these systems here. You can also target
10.3.
by operating.
I think I see 11. 12.0. Okay. 12. Android 12.0. When's that come out? No, 2021. TikTok Shop wasn't even available by then. Okay, back to what we were doing.
Operating system on the user's phone, and also device model. Connection type. Here, we've been testing a little bit where we only target people that are on Wi-Fi. This is beneficial for maybe less impulse purchase products. So if you have a product or a service that maybe needs a little bit more research time, the user's going to go to your landing page and maybe needs to read a little bit. Like I said, just do a little bit more research on the product before they actually make your purchase. It may be beneficial to target people on Wi-Fi because these people are very likely to be at home. People have Wi-Fi at their house. These people are very likely to be at home, maybe sitting on the couch, just browsing through TikTok, compared to people that are on a mobile connection, 4G, 5G, 3G, where they may be out, in line for coffee, just scrolling through TikTok real quick. If they see an ad, a product that needs a little bit more research done on it, they're probably just going to skip past it. They may send it to themselves, save it for later, but we have found success with targeting just people on Wi-Fi because it's very likely that they're at home and in a more, buying mood compared to people who are on 3G, 4G, 5G, who may be just out and about, not really in a whole purchase intention mindset. So as with everything here, split test it, see how it works out for you, because it may not work out for you. So test it out and see what happens. You can also target specific carriers here. You can also target based on the price of their mobile device right here. And then if you also find that you are struggling to, get your audience large enough, say we are targeting fitness here, go back to fitness talk. We want females between 18 and 34. So you can see here, our audience is pretty small, and it's suggesting turn on target expansion. Target expansion is done down here. And you're able to basically, you can say, okay, I'll turn on gender. If TikTok thinks that, so there's some males that may also be interested in my product here, it'll target those males. If TikTok thinks that maybe we get a little bit more conversions, if we break out of, the age range that we put in here, it's going to, this is going to give them permission to target people not in our specific age range. So turning these on can help to boost your audience size here. As far as an audience size that's good, it really depends. I like to try and be over 40 million. Anywhere 40 to 80 million is good. You can see here 120, 130 million. It's fairly broad, a little more broad than I'd like. I try and stay anywhere, like I said, 40 to 80 million is really a good balance.
Damn.
Next section here is your...
Hold on. 40 to 80? Oh. Okay, well, maybe if I add these people. No, I think that's fine. That's fine.
Budget and scheduling. Picking a good budget is kind of tricky. I've said in the past there's a calculation to making sure you get out of TikTok's learning phase, and their learning phase is on the ad group level, and it lasts for 50 conversions, and you'd like to get those 50 conversions in the first 7 days of your ad group running. So,
okay, wait, say that again. What do you mean by that?
Next section here is your budget and scheduling. Picking a good budget is kind of tricky. I've said in the past there is a calculation to making sure you get out of TikTok's learning phase, and their learning phase is on the ad group level, and it lasts for 50 conversions, and you'd like to get those 50 conversions in the first 7 days of your ad group running. So you can take your average CPA, multiply that by 7, multiply that by 50, and then divide it by 7, and that will give you a daily budget that should get your ad group out of the learning phase. So let's just calculate here. If we have an average CPA, say it costs $10 to get a sale, multiply that by 50, that's 500. So we need 50 conversions, divide that by 7, so we need it over 7 days. Have a $71, let's call it $70 daily budget here, and this will guarantee that we get 50 conversions over the next 7 days if we can get a average CPA of $10. So that's the calculation here for setting up your daily budget. If you'd like to schedule your campaign, you can do it here. You can have it run continuously starting now, or you can stop it at a certain date and time. And there's also day parting. We've been day parting here a average CPA. Let's just calculate here. I said in the past, there's a calculation to making sure you get out of TikTok's learning phase. And their learning phase is on the ad group level, and it lasts for 50 conversions. And you'd like to get those 50 conversions in the first 7 days of your ad group running.
What is the TikTok learning phase? Is it still a thing? TikTok ad learning phase. Is this still a thing? Conversions. Yes, the TikTok ad learning phase is still a thing and typically requires 50 conversions per ad group for the algorithm to optimize effectively. What is the learning phase? The learning phase is when TikTok's algorithm is testing different audiences, placements, and creative combinations to figure out the best ways to deliver your ads. During this phase, performance may fluctuate because the system is still optimizing. Key details about the learning phase. Goal, get at least 50 conversions per ad group within 7 days for the best optimization. What counts as a conversion? Depends on your campaign goals, purchases, adequate lead, budget consideration. If your daily budget is too low, it may take longer to reach 50 conversions, or you might never exit the learning phase. Exit criteria. Once 50 conversions are reached, the campaign enters the optimized phase where performance stabilizes. What happens if you don't exit the learning phase? The campaign may remain unstable with high cost per action and inconsistent results. TikTok may struggle to optimize properly, leading to wasted ad spend. You might need to adjust the budget, audience, or creative strategy to improve it. How to exit the learning phase. Set a budget high enough to allow 50 conversions within 7 days. Use broad targeting to let TikTok's AI optimize freely. Run multiple creatives to find winners fast. Choose the right optimization event. If purchases are too expensive, optimize for add to cart first. Is there a whereby we can test viewership? Not viewership, views. Test an ad with a views campaign on TikTok, something like this. Yes, you can test an ad using views campaign on TikTok before launching a conversion-based campaign. This strategy helps you identify winning creative before spending a lot on purchase optimized ads. Here's how it works. TikTok views campaign testing strategy. Set up the views campaign to identify strong creatives. Choose video views or sometimes traffic if you want clicks. Budgets start with 10 to 30 a day per ad group. Targeting, keep it broad for 18 to 55. No interests at first to let TikTok optimize freely. Ad creatives. Test 3 to 5 different video variations with different hooks and styles. KPI to watch. Watch time, click-through rate, engagement. Okay. Good 2-second watch rate. Why? This helps you see which video ad grabs attention, keeps users engaged, and gets clicks before spending on conversion-focused campaigns. Moving winning creatives to conversion campaign. After 2 or 3 days, pick the top 1 or 2 performing videos, highest CTR and best watch time. Create a new sales conversion campaign using these proven ads and optimize for add to cart or purchases depending on your budget. Scale up by increasing budget. Okay, pros and cons. Pros. Cheap way to validate video performance before spending on conversions. helps you find the best hooks and ad styles for your audience, saves money by avoiding bad performing ads and high cost campaigns. The cons. A good views campaign doesn't always mean good conversion rate. People watching doesn't mean they'll buy. Requires an extra, okay, that's add CTA even in views campaign. Even though you're testing for views, still add a strong call to action in the video. Shop now, click below. If your ad gets clicked, it's a strong signal that it can be a convert. You could convert later. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
So you can take your average CPA, multiply that by 7, and multiply that by 50, and then divide it by 7, and that will give you a daily budget. That should get your ad group out of the learning phase. So let's just calculate here. If we have an average CPA, say it costs $10 to get a sale, multiply that by 50, that's 500. Because we need 50 conversions. Divide that by 7, because we need it over 7 days. Have a $71, let's call it $70 daily budget here. And this will guarantee that we get 50 conversions over the next 7 days if we can get a average CPA of $10. So that's the calculation here for setting up your daily budget. If you'd like to schedule your campaign, you can do it here. You can have it run continuously starting now, or you can stop it at a certain date and time. And there's also day parting. We've been day parting here.
I know.
And you can have your ads run all day, or you can select specific times. Now, the times that you are running, with your day parting here really depend on your own preference. I have what we like to do, and I will show you here. We try and run between 10 a.m. and 2 a.m. Eastern time.
Okay. No, but okay, fine. Wait.
And let me share a different screen here.
Hi.
So we like to run between, it's about 10 a.m. To 2 a.m. Eastern time. You know.
What is this?
It states. And you can see here, when you're setting up day parting on your ad group settings, your day parting is going to be based off of the time zone that your ad account is in. You're not able to change the time zone on your ad account, but you need to make sure that you're looking at that because it may not be in the current time zone that you're in. So what I've got here is they measure their time zones in UTC. And so I give this to my media buyers because we have time zones, or we have ad accounts in all different time zones. And so UTC -5, this is the day parting we set up. UTC -6, this is the day parting we set up. And all of these are the same. They're just offset by an hour to, take into account our time zones here. And so, this day parting and this day parting are all the same times. It's just, depending on which time zone your ad account is set up in, this is what it would look like. So UTC -6 looks like this. UTC -7 looks like that. And then we had -8 and -2 are some of the common time zones that we've seen on our ad accounts here. And so this is basically how we set up our day parting. But, if you use these images here when you're setting yours up, it's basically going to set up your day parting for 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern time. So let me go back to this screen here.
Wait,
okay.
But
so when you are setting up your day parting, you will see here what time zone your ad account is set up in. Since this one is set up in UTC -8, I just go down to my UTC -8 graphic here, and it goes from here all the way to here. And so now I know that is going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern time, no matter what. So I leave that in there. Next section and final section is our bidding and optimization section here. So typically you'll see campaigns set up as an optimization goal for conversion and lowest cost. This is great. What this is going to do is basically it's going to try and get the maximum amount of conversions at the lowest cost possible. And so since the conversion that we are optimizing for is a complete payment, what TikTok's going to do is it's just going to try and get as many complete payments as possible for the lowest cost. If you'd like to set up a cost cap, you can do that too. It's going to give you a suggestion here. What you can do is you can say, hey, I only want to pay $12 for a purchase. You can see here bidding below $18. The suggested value may result in reduced ad delivery. So you can definitely put $12 in here. You can put $5 in here if you want, but it may not spend. You may not spend fully. So you do cost cap, you do lowest cost. We typically do lowest cost. The other option in here is optimizing for highest value. This is another strategy that we utilize. So highest value, basically, it's not saying, hey, I want to get the most amount of conversions possible. Now it's saying, I want these conversions that are coming through to be large amounts of purchases. I want people to either purchase multiple products or just have a very large purchase price. And so that would be optimizing for highest value. What you can do is you can just leave it as highest. You can also set a minimum ROAS that you're trying to achieve. Say you need like a 2.75 ROAS as a minimum. Throw that in there, see how it goes. We've done a lot of split testing between highest value and lowest cost conversion. It's really different for most ad accounts, but we have seen a trend that highest value performs better than lowest cost. And then with this highest value, we also split test different minimum ROAS values. So sometimes we'll leave it blank like here, just give us the highest value possible. Sometimes we'll put in a 2, sometimes we'll put in a 2.5, sometimes we'll put in a 4, and just to see how they perform. Because
great.
The more split testing you do, TikTok is going to take these and its algorithm is going to work with it and say, okay, we're going to use this bidding strategy. So it is beneficial to go in there and test a lot of different minimum ROAS values. Even just taking it out, also beneficial, and also doing lowest cost conversion. You can split test a couple different cost caps. We haven't seen a ton of success with cost caps with TikTok advertising. And so primarily we are testing lowest cost conversion and highest value in a couple different minimum ROAS values. And then that's pretty much it here for ad group settings. Again, I know there's a lot of settings in here. There's a lot that basically determine the success of your campaign. This is really going through, what event is being optimized here for? Where is it being placed? Do you have your comments on or off? Your targeting, very important. Are we excluding people? Your audiences, your interests, and then, your day parting, your budgets, your bidding strategy. There's a lot of very important settings in your ad group settings. And so make sure you are taking the time and going through here and setting it up properly. This is where we handle a lot of our split testing, whether it's different interests, different genders, different bidding strategies, different audiences. This is where a lot of the split testing happens. So definitely take your ad group settings seriously. I hope I was able to go a little bit more in depth here and show you exactly, our thought process behind, setting up a campaign on the ad group settings.
Hmm. Okay, that really didn't help me much, but whatever. Keyword expansion. Okay. Furniture. Total of 6 keywords? Oh, that's how much I have so far. Can I just do this? Ew. Oh, nice. Okay, what did I just do? Dog crate alternative. Okay. Okay, pet furniture, Amazon, dog crate. Dog crate alternative again. That's dog crate for home. What? Oh, I'm never doing that again. That was literally the worst experience. Oh my god. Clara. Okay. Bulk upload. And keywords. I don't know that this is gonna help, but okay. for separation then. Okay. At all. Were there no cat trees? Let me see. Got her. Okay, I think that's good. Okay. We're sticking it back in here. We're not watching you again. We're going to number 4. Who can you target?
Okay, so audiences. What are they? How do you make them? Why are they important?
Literally, I saw you do that.
So, what is an audience? To put it simply, an audience is just a grouping of similar people. It could be a group of people who have watched your video halfway through. It could be a group of people who have clicked on one of your ads. It could be a group of people who have added to cart but didn't purchase. Quite simply, it's just an audience is a group of people who have done a similar activity. And you may want to target to these specific people in a certain way. So who are you able to target when you create an audience? Who can you build an audience out of? You can build an audience from people who have engaged with your content. People who have watched it all the way through. Maybe they only watched half of it. Maybe they clicked on your ad. So those are the people who have engaged with your content. You can also target traffic on your website. You can target people who have added to cart, people who have viewed a page, people who have initiated a checkout but didn't purchase. So that'd be your traffic on your website. You can upload your own customer files if you have those. You can target app activity if you have access to that data. And then you can also target people who have filled out lead generation forms on TikTok Instant pages. So these are the different categories of people that you're able to target with TikTok audiences. And within these categories, you're also able to target smaller subsets of these people. So with an engagement audience, you can target people who have clicked, impressions, video views, full, halfway, and then from there, you can target down to 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, etc. And then you can also exclude people from these audiences. So there's definitely a lot of options when it comes to these, when it comes to creating these TikTok audiences. And so I'm going to show you over here in the browser how we get into this. So to get to the audience panel, we are just going to hover over assets and go to audiences.
Okay, first of all, how dare you?
And you'll go to create audience and go to custom audience. So
wait,
this is where you set up your audiences. Okay. And I have a set list of audiences that I pretty much always create anytime I'm starting work on an ad account. And I have a set list because once I create all these audiences, I'll basically have all of the targeting I need for every stage of the funnel. And so the list of audiences that I create every single time I set up an ad account are the purchasers 180 days, purchasers 14 days, view content 30 days, view content 7 days, 100% video views 30 days.
Wait, but are you doing
100% video views 7 days?
What are you doing? Create audience. Is that an ad group? That's audience. Is that audience? It's definitely not in assets. It has to be ad group. All right, we have one draft. Let me see. Wait. How do I create? Okay, so let's say I want to create an ad group. Okay. What? This is a campaign. Use existing? No. Create new? No. Okay. Delete draft and exit. Yes. Where did you go, my guy?
Custom audience. So this is, and so I'm going to show you over here in the browser how we get into this. So to get to the audience panel, we are just going to hover over assets and go to audiences.
Mm-hmm.
And
GM Max Analytics. Let's audience insights tools. Video editor campaign. Dashboard. Fine, but I just don't think so. Oh, it is here. No data. Share on audience, but how do I? Audiences, they're here. Okay. Okay, assets, audience, click create. You'll see different custom audience looking like Choose. Okay, process for audience. Okay, click Ads Manager. Navigate to the audience section. Ads Manager. Right, that's where I am now. Okay. Tools. Submission Manager. Campaign. No. Audience Manager. Okay, create, yeah. Create audience. Oh my god. Okay, whatever, I'm just gonna put it on my, instead of writing it down, even though I do like writing it down. Okay. An audience, you would go to Ads Manager, Campaign, Audience, Create. Yeah? Does that make sense? Campaign, wait, no. Was it tools? Oh, it was tools. Audience Manager. Manager create. Okay, great.
Here in the browser, how we get into this. So to get to the audience panel, we are just going to hover over assets and go to audiences.
Mm-hmm. That's not there anymore. It's under tools now. Okay.
And you're going to create
manager.
audience and go to custom audience.
Okay.
So this is where you set up your audiences and
let's see, where do we go? Okay. Oops. So let's see. It has his different app promotion, lead generation is there, website traffic. Okay, whatever. I don't care.
And I have a set list of audiences that I pretty much always create anytime I'm starting work on an ad account. And I have a set list because once I create all these audiences, I'll basically have all of the targeting I need for every stage of the funnel. And so
what just happened?
Purchasers 14 days, view content 30 days, view content count, marketing I need for every stage of the funnel. And so the list of audiences that I create every single time I set up an ad account are the purchasers 180 days, purchasers 14 days, view content 30 days, view content 7 days,
okay, hold
100%
on.
Video views 30 days, 100% video views 7 days,
okay, hold on.
View content 30 days,
purchasers 14 days. View content 30 days.
Every single time I set up an ad account are the purchasers 180 days, purchasers 14 days, view content 30 days, view content 7 days.
Okay, this needs to be over here. Okay. View content 30 days, view content 7 days. Oh my god, please don't do this to me.
100% video views 30 days, 100% video.
here we go. So 100% video views, 30 days.
Give you 7 days.
Okay, great.
Clicks 30 days. Click 7 days. Add to cart 30 days. Add to cart 7 days. I do lookalike purchasers 180 days narrow. Lookalike purchasers 180 days balanced. And a lookalike purchasers 180 days broad. So I like to set all these up, right at the beginning. Just because, like I said, once I have all these set up, I'll pretty much have every audience I'll need to build out all the different stages, different funnels of campaigns I'm going to be building. And then I always set these to auto refresh. So as new data is coming in, these audiences are constantly just rebuilding their data and constantly refreshing. You do need 1,000 people to be able to use that audience for targeting. So if it's under 1,000 people, you're not going to be able to use it. Once it's over, you are able to create lookalikes out of that audience, and then you're also able to use that in targeting. Another thing about targeting is an ad group must have at least 2,000 people to target. So you are able to target an audience that is between 1,000 and 2,000 people, but that can't be the only audience in that ad group. You must be targeting at least 2,000 people total over an ad group. The audience in that ad group. You must be targeting at least 2,000 people total over an ad group to target an audience that is between 1,000 and 2,000 people, but that can't be the only audience in that ad group. You must be targeting at least 2,000 people total over an ad group before you can use it, but you are able to use audiences that are less than 2,000 but above 1,000. Like I said, you just must make sure you have another ad group or another audience in there that you're targeting along with it. But that can't be the only audience in that ad group. You must be targeting at least 2,000 people total over an ad group before you can use it, but you are able to use audiences that are less than 2,000 but above 1,000. But like I said, you just must make sure you have another ad group or another audience in there that you're targeting along with it. Lookalike audiences. So to create a lookalike audience, how do you do that? You are able to target an audience that is between 1,000 and 2,000 people, but that can't be the only audience in that ad group. You must be targeting at least 2,000 people total over an ad group before you can use it, but you are able to use audiences that are less than 2,000 but above 1,000. But like I said, you just must make sure you have another ad group or another audience in there that you're targeting along with it. Lookalike audiences. So to create a lookalike audience, it is basically just right here. You'll hover over it and you'll click create a lookalike audience. And then from here, what you can do is you can choose to omit or contain. Omit basically means it's going to remove the original people that you created the audience out of. Contain means it's going to contain those people in there. You can choose what system you want to target. You'll click TikTok here. You'll select your location, so United States. And then you'll have your audience size. So narrow audience size means it's going to be more closely related to the original audience. It's just going to be a smaller size. Balanced is right in the middle. And then broad means it's going to get a large number of users, but it may not be as accurate as the narrow targeting. So we get more users here. It's just, it won't be, like I said, as accurate. Narrow, you're going to get the most accurate and most common compared to the original audience that you were targeting, just less people. And then you can name it here and confirm, and you'll create your lookalike audience. So like I said, audiences are very powerful. You need to make sure you're utilizing them correctly because you're targeting different people in every stage of the funnel. In your middle funnel, you're going to be targeting likely your clicks, your 100% video views. In your bottom funnel, you're going to be targeting your landing page views, your add to carts, and then sometimes you want to make sure you're excluding people who have purchased, especially in your post-purchase campaigns. So you want to make sure you get these set up, make sure you set them up properly, and then make sure you're utilizing them in the correct stage of the funnel.
Right.
Clicks, your 100% video views.
Okay, so he's got, what is that? ATC. What could formatting? Custom audience, website traffic. Use video views. For each one of these? I don't understand. Okay.
In your bottom funnel, you're going to be targeting your landing page views.
Okay. I'll get back to that. Hashtag. What are you doing? Hashtag. Ad creatives. Yeah. Okay. I have to go eat, and that's enough for today. And then tomorrow we'll get